So I am building a tiny home and wanted to share about that process and the morning I've had working on that project, but I also really want to wrap it all in this big picture ease factor, right? Like when something is aligned with who we really are, it's easy. And that's how you can recognize that you're on the path, right? Like if it's flowing, 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 you're clearly floating downstream, right? Green light, green light, green light. That's a really good sign. And when it's hard or struggle or complicated or overwhelming or confusing or red light, red light, red light, red light, like that is most likely a paddling upstream kind of moment, like low ease factor going on in all of that. And this morning, I mean, I spent like 20 minutes and accomplished a whole list of things that I have been procrastinating on some level for the last couple weeks. And that also makes me want to wrap procrastination in a quick blanket of love, because isn't that only ever divine timing lining up, right? Or can't it be? Can't we make it mean that like it just, the fruit wasn't ripe yet? And why would you want to pick fruit that like hasn't fully ripened? So yes, we can call it procrastination if we like, or we can look at a morning like I had this morning where like I spent 20 minutes and knocked out like 7 things that is just like I'm all caught up. 20 minutes, ease factor 100%. Okay? And that was because of an unfolding that happened yesterday. So as far as divine timing goes, all of the dominoes line themselves up so that we can have a ride that is delightful for us, right? That's what the ease factor is really for, is making it an enjoyable experience. And that applies, yes, to my house building project. Like, I want to build my house from a place of love. It's my habitat, it's my nest. I want to make sure that I infuse it with the energy that I want it to hold. And so the ease factor and alignment and enjoying this process is very important. But honestly, it applies to basically anything that you're creating. Another quick little story, the driveway inspection piece of the process. Initially, I was told how to do it, and I started that, and it was incredibly overwhelming and complex. And so I procrastinated because overwhelmed. And about a week and a half later, I was in a moment of ease and alignment and had the fun idea of like, that's honestly too hard to be correct. Like, there's no way, because everything on this project has been ease city the entire time. And like, why all of a sudden would there be this like big old hairy bear trap in the middle of all of that? Like, it doesn't even make sense that it should be this hard. And so I know what I'll do. I'll call back to the place and just pretend like I never even got that first set of information. Let me ask my question again and see if I get a different answer. And so I call back, I ask them again, and I, in fact, got a different answer and got directed to a different place. And so I called the different place, and they were right there. And like, he's in your area, he can be out there. 20 minutes after this idea of like, let me call back and pretend like I know nothing and try to start over and see what happens. And 20 minutes later, I'm standing there with the driveway inspection guy, and he's signing off on my project. Easy peasy, green light. And 20 minutes later, right? And the only reason that I had access to that was that initial recognition of like, this is so much harder than it should be, right? Like, I have been saying a lot lately, I'm incorporating it into my identity on purpose, claiming it because I said so. I am an ambassador of ease, right? Like, my path is about this ease factor because I do believe that when we are out of alignment, it creates friction. And so ease is the opposite of that. It's the sign that you have smooth sailing, and that is a sign that you're in alignment. So as we think about the ease factor of our day to day, where could we let it be 1% easier? Where is it just a little bit harder than it really should be, And let ourselves you know, basically drop the oars and float. And that's the part about the ease factor is, are you willing to allow your experience to be easy? Or are you sourcing some sort of value from the difficulty level of what it is that you're doing? And there's no right or wrong answer, and there's only a deepening of self awareness, which can give way to a deepening of self love in any of this inner inquiry. And so I would love to hear your reflections in the comments. Please share if this moved any energy for you. Until next time, I do hope that you will add a little more ease. No matter how easy we allow our life to be, there's a 1% more version that exists, and I would love to hear what that looks like for you.